The average Australian household tosses out 1 out of every 5 bags of groceries they buy each week. In a year, that can amount to $1,036. Imagine what you could do with $1,000 in your pocket. Today, I'm helping one household get their food storage areas under control. I'll be showing you some simple tips and tricks to help keep foods in your fridge fresher for longer, and how to organise your cupboard so that you can find what you want and save time and money. If your fridge is cluttered, chances are you're tossing out a lot of food, either because you can't see what you have or because the air can't circulate around the fridge and keep foods at the right temperature. Make sure your fridge is set at the right temperature of between 1 and 4 degrees Celsius. The refrigerator door is the warmest part of the fridge, so only condiments and foods that can stand up to temperature fluctuations should go there. Because cold air sinks, the coldest part of your fridge is the bottom shelf. The best place to keep your raw meat is here. This way you'll avoid anything raw falling onto your cooked food too. The top shelf is the perfect place to store foods that don't need to be cooked, like your leftovers or fresh food. Cool your leftovers as quickly as possible after cooking, and then store them in this part of the fridge. Keeping leftovers at eye level means you won't forget to eat them within 2 days or forget to freeze them. Food stays fresher for longer when they're in the right container. Once opened, foods like cheese and ham keep better if they're sealed in their pack, in a reusable wrap, or in an airtight container. Remember, moisture stays in and mold stays out. Eggs are best kept in their carton so they don't absorb other flavours in the fridge. Remember, you can always find ways to freeze most foods before they go off or past their use-by date, like bananas or scrambled raw eggs. Then, simply defrost when you need it and use it straight after. If you're tossing out more fruit and vegetable than you're eating, we need to have a look at how you're storing them. The crisper or salad box keeps the humidity levels steady for fruits and vegetables. Store your packaged or loose vegetables unwashed in the crisper to lock in the moisture. Mushrooms are best stored in a brown paper bag in your fridge crisper because plastic makes mushrooms sweat. Store salad greens in an airtight container with paper towels underneath and on top to absorb excess moisture. You can also wrap leafy vegetables and herbs with kitchen towel to keep them crisp and fresh for longer. In general, store your leafy vegetables separately from fruits like apple and rockmelon and stone fruits, because vegetables like this lettuce can turn brown when fruits ripen and emit ethylene gas. Stalky vegetables and herbs can be refreshed the day before you eat them. Just trim the stems, then place them in a jar with 1 to 2 centimetres of water. Whole bananas and pineapples are best kept cool in the kitchen without refrigeration. If they are ripening faster than you can eat, just skin the fruits and stick them in the fridge or freezer in a container. Slice, dice, and ice. The freezer is another area where food can get lost in a busy household unless you group like foods together in containers to make it easy to find what you want. If you buy your meat in bulk or you won't be using it all within 2 days, take out what you will use immediately for meals, then freeze the rest. Make your life easier and divide portions of meat into sealable containers or bags before you freeze it. When it comes to mince, you can marinate it first in a container, then divide it into portions by drawing lines with a butter knife through the mince. Or put it into a sealable bag and use a ruler or a chopstick outside of the sealed bag to divide it into portions. This way, if you need to defrost meat for a quick meal, you just scoop out or squeeze out the portions you need. You can also freeze sauces or mashed fruit in ice cube containers. Just be sure to write the date and name of the food on the label so you know what you have. Does your cupboard look like this? One family I worked with saved over $1,200 just by organising their cupboard. Here's how we did it. As you take food out, group the food into categories, so like with like. Don't forget to check use by dates as you go, and remember, freeze it or use it soon. Now that you've got the categories established, you're ready to put everything back in. Choose the shelves based on who you want to access the food. So brekkie, even where kids and half-awake adults can reach, main meals at eye level, so it's easy for you to see and reach, and snacks on a higher shelf. Where you can, use containers to keep things organised. Don't forget, items like bread, potatoes and onions are best stored in a cool, dark and dry place, so the cupboard is ideal. Onions and potatoes don't store well together as they both give off a gas that spoils the other. Use a different cardboard box or paper bag for each so they don't sprout as easily. Now all your areas are organised, you can easily see what you need to buy, so be sure to keep a shopping list handy. The added bonus of these areas being decluttered and organised means it's easier to put the groceries away. There's space for the newer items to sit at the back, and you'll always know that the items at the front are the ones that need to be used first for meals that week or fortnight. This was all the food that came out of the fridge, freezer and cupboard. We looked at what we could cook up and donate. We scraped and emptied food containers for recycling. This packaging can be recycled as well. We kept all the clean, soft plastic packaging in a plastic bag to bring back to the recycled bins that are at most Coles and Woolworths stores. Our vegetables are ready to go into compost. You can see how easily this amount of food can add up to over $1,000 each year. When you know how to store food to keep it lasting longer and how to organise your fridge, freezer and cupboard, it makes it easy to avoid wasting food and money every single week. You're able to actually see what you have, so you know what you need to buy at the shops and what foods you need to eat that week or the next fortnight. The great news for all households is it's easy to do, it's achievable and completely rewarding. Happy organising.